Hi, it's Layle Koncar with Carpe Diem. We are talking about all things memory planning. When it comes to memory planning, one of the most important things is obviously your photos. And that's one of the biggest questions I get is how the heck do you print your photos? Because generally, when they're fitting in your memory planner, they're gonna be a lot smaller than you would normally print out, let's say your 4x6 photos. So we're gonna talk about the different options for getting those smaller photos. The first option would be using a camera like the Instax. So with the Instax camera, the film is actually built into the camera, almost like the Polaroids that a lot of us remember from when we were kids. So I take my Instax, I point and shoot, and then my print comes out the top. So some of the advantages there, that's obviously portable. You get instant gratification because you're getting that photo right away. Some of the disadvantages with that, they are obviously not going to be the best quality because you're getting that kind of on demand. You also kind of get what you get. If you take a blurry shot, that's what you get. If you accidentally shoot your shoes on the ground, that's what you get. So you don't really have a lot of options there in terms of quality and kind of deciding what photos. So Instax camera, your first option. Your second option are going to be pocket printers. And this, I think, can revolutionize the whole way that we approach memory planning. Pocket printer is basically a very small printer. As you can see there, it fits in the palm of my hand. They call it a pocket printer because really I could put that in the back pocket of my pants. It's a little bit thinner, maybe twice the thickness of maybe a standard cell phone. But this little printer will actually print from my phone wirelessly or through Wi-Fi. So I can take a photo on my phone and then open up an app on my phone and actually send the photo to the printer. So this particular model that I use is the LG. HP also makes one that's called the Sprocket. Polaroid makes one that's called the Zip. There are a number of different manufacturers that make these little pocket printers. And from what I can tell, they all range about the same price and they all pretty much do the same thing. One thing that they have in common is that the ink is built into the actual print or the paper. So as I just kind of open this up, you can see, I'll just grab those out. That is the photo. That's the paper for the photo, and the ink is built into that. So advantage of using a pocket printer like this, the first one is that it's portable, right? So very similar to our Instax, it's portable. I can take this with me on vacation. I could take it with me to the amusement park. I could take it with me to my hotel. I take it with me a lot when I teach. So when I have downtime in my hotel room, I could be doing my memory planning while I'm there. So that portability factor is great. One of the advantages that a pocket printer has over, say, the Instax camera is that I can take as many photos as I want on my cell phone until I find the photo that I want. I can also edit that photo on my cell phone. So if I want to brighten it up a little bit using either the camera app on my phone or another photo editing app on my phone, I can do that. So that way I have a little bit more control over the print that's going to come out of that little pocket printer. So what I want to show you, I have two different photos here. This photo was shot from the Instax. The Instax, typically kind of the base little cartridges that they have for the photos, have a printed border around them. So that would be the Instax. And then this one would be that little pocket printer. So you can see the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move both those printers aside and I'm going to set these side by side just so we can look at the difference. A little bit different in size. Typically these are a 2x3 and the Instax is going to be a little bit taller and a little bit wider. Obviously, this one doesn't have a border, but I know in the LG app, I could add a border if I wanted. The color though is quite a bit different. The Instax really is going to give you that feel kind of the Polaroids of old, where it's a little bit washed out, you don't have as much control, whereas the LG printer is going to be a little bit clearer, a little bit brighter. In both cases, you can see that outfit I'm wearing, you can see the coloring here. Because you have the advantage of it being kind of printing on demand and the technology in this little guy, although it's amazing, isn't quite going to give you the color that you might have if you were shooting with a DSLR or something and then printing on actual high quality photo paper. But for scrapbooking on the go, for doing your memory planning on the go, this is fantastic because you have that right there, and you can, do it as you go. Now, when we talk about other ways of printing your photos, if you don't want to go that route, and to be honest with you, I actually am mixing all three of these options that we're going to talk about. So I use a little pocket printer, but when I'm at home, I don't use the pocket printer because those prints, when you factor in the little papers, end up being about 50 cents a piece. So it's not something that I would want to do all the time, but it's great for convenience. So when I'm not doing that, I am either having my photos printed or I am printing at home. So let's talk about that second option, which would be having your photos printed. What I have here are two different examples of 4x6 prints. This one has 4 2x3 prints on a 4x6. This one has 6 2x2s, all on a 4x6. So you can use different photo editing apps on your phone where you can resize your photos, crop them. In this case, that's what I did. I took these 4 photos. I said I want to crop them to 2x3, and then I put them onto a 4x6 print, if you will, or canvas. Then when I take this photo from my phone, because now it is a single photo, even though it has 4 photos on it, my phone thinks this is a single photo. And when I upload that for printing, a place like persnicketyprints.com, they do amazing printing. I might print at Costco, I might print at Walgreens, but basically that's a regular photo. As far as they're concerned, it's a 4x6 photo and it's printing as a 4x6 photo. Many of those places, especially like for example, Persnickety, they have an app and you can do this on their app, but you can even go to their website and do this where you can set, kind of crop your photos and put them on, different 4x6 sizes. So in that case, I did 4 2x3s. In this case, I did 6 2x2s. So again, same thing. As long as I am kind of doing dimensions that fit in a 4x6, it works great. Now, sometimes I need even smaller photos than this. So what I may end up doing, if I needed a really small photo, I would probably just print it small like this and then crop it with my scissors. So we're going to go bring back my memory planner and we will see. And actually, I think I've used this photo of my son a couple of different times. So that would be the 2x2. In this case, I wanted it to print right there. So I probably printed it a little larger and then just cropped it with my scissors. And then I also used it here. So basically I could take that same photo and just cut it out and then it would fit right there. So I may be using them as full sizes and I may be using them smaller sizes, and we've looked at them a little bit smaller, but I want to show you this. These, because I was out of town, these were all prints that I used for my little LG pocket printer. So you can see there are that 2x3 size. So fit super easily. And then those two that were a little bit smaller, I just cropped. So I printed the 2x3 size and then I just cut them down to fit. So you can really mix and match. You could even put 4x6 photos in here if you wanted. If you wanted to take, let's say I wanted to take this photo. I could put that right in my memory planner and just on this page and write a story. So not all your photos have to be smaller necessarily. All right. So that is your second option there of printing your photos. Our last option would be printing at home. And this works for some people and doesn't work for some people. I will do this a lot because I really like to play with the different sizes of my photos. And basically what I have done here, I opened my photo editing program. I happen to use Photoshop. And I pulled in the different photos from that week that I thought that I would want to use. And so I resized them and then I built them on an 8.5 by 11 canvas or page, if you will. So then I just printed that out and I have all of my photos printed it out. And then I just took my scissors and cut out all those little individual photos. So now I have all these smaller photos that I can play with when it comes time to sitting down and putting together my memory planning for the week. And those are the 4 different options for printing your photos when it comes to memory planning. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!